Lend your ears, lend your hands, lend your movement, anything you can.
Hello. Today I'm trying to make my first video blog, or I guess vlog, as the kids are calling it, about my upcoming adventure on the Pacific Crest Trail, or the PCT. So if you're reading my blog, which like 4 people are, you know that it's a 2,663 mile hike from Mexico to Canada. And I was lucky enough last week to get to go to REI and pick up some gear for extra super cheap because REI is awesome. And so I'm just trying to give people an idea of the type of gear that I'm going to be getting and the kind of the preparation, and do videos that relate to the preparation and the planning as part of this hike, because a big part of it is the planning and the preparation. So I went to REI, and we were not early birds like we thought. Brett and I went there and got there at about 8 o'clock. It opened at 9, got our tickets, and thought, oh, these suckers, we're going to be one of the first ones in line. Turns out we weren't even one of the first 100 in line. Luckily, Devin was kind enough to get there at 6 o'clock in the morning and get a ticket, and so he acquired for me a backpack, which I now have. Really awesome of him to do. So the backpack that I picked up was the Aether 60. It's an Osprey backpack. This is the pack, and I kind of shoved it full of shit so you can see kind of what it'll look like when it's full. It's got a neat little strap here for a sleeping bag, or sleeping pad, which we'll get to later. The pack itself is pretty well rated. It's a 60-liter pack, weighs about 4 pounds. It's about a pound heavier than I would have liked, but you gotta do with what you can when you're Poe. It's got, the nice part about this pack though, unlike the other pack, is it has side pockets. Right here you can see it's got some nice side pockets for fun things. And it's got a reinforced hip belt, which is nice, and this pack is known for being an extraordinarily comfortable pack. It's got a mesh liner inside to keep your sweaty back off of your pack, and this whole area right here is actually heat sensitive, so as you wear the pack and as you get hot, it'll mold to your back to fit you. So we'll see how well it goes. Like I said, a little bigger and a little heavier than I would have liked, but probably going to end up packing more stuff than I need. So that's one of the things that I got. Beer break. The second thing that I got was this, which is a Thermarest Z Sole. It's an ultralight sleeping pad, and you can see it's silver on one side, yellow on the other. The silver is to reflect body heat, and according to Thermarest, it reflects up to 20% of your body heat back to you on cold nights, so we're going to find out if that works. Whole thing weighs a couple ounces. It folds out. Woo! And accommodates a person of about 6 feet tall, which I'm not quite that tall, so should work out pretty okay for me. So that just kind of straps to the pack, and it's going to look awkward, and it's going to be fun. I got this, actually not at the sale, but it's cool and I want to show it off. It's a little stainless steel cooking kit. It's got a little mess kit from Nicole, my housemate and awesome friend. So I'm going to take this along with me. It weighs about a pound or so, and I can use it for all my cooking and eating needs. The one thing that I'm really excited about is my cooking stove. Since we're talking about cooking stuff, I got an MSR. It's called a Pocket Rocket, and so it comes in this fancy little case right here, and it's pretty much the smallest, lightest liquid fuel stove that you can get. So this is what it looks like. Folds out, and a fuel canister would go on the bottom right here, and boils a gallon of water in about 4 minutes. So it's pretty much the smallest, tiniest thing you can get to cook your food with. So that's going to accompany me on the trail, and hopefully I'll have lots of mac and cheese and top ramen. And then the final thing that I got for my gear at the REI sale is this, and it is a Marmot Trestles 30 sleeping bag. It's rated down to 33 degrees, so hopefully it doesn't get colder than that. Usually it doesn't when you get into the Sierra Nevadas. Weighs about 3 pounds, which is, again, about a pound heavier than I would ideally like if I was trying to do an ultralight hike, which I guess I'm not. But it compresses, you can see, to pretty small, and I don't have it fully compressed right now. I haven't really got on it and reefed on it. But there's a nice little pack at the bottom of the backpack to shove it in, and we're going to test it out on a hike coming up soon and see just how 33 degrees it is. So that's what I got going on so far for my stuff, other than a rain jacket and headlamp and all that stuff. So preparations are going well, and we're got a couple of things to acquire. Got a tent, and probably a compass would be good. But I'll just keep updating and just keep making little short videos about the gear that I get and talking about it, and then I'll add it and compare it online with the gear, my ideal gear versus the gear that I actually went with. And then as I'm going along, I assume that I'll be writing about the gear and seeing what works for me and what didn't work for me. So thank you for watching. Love you guys.